Hi, well, this is Steve Priske picking up where I left off. Coppering the hull of the Flying Cloud clipper ship. First, I want to apologize to those of you that have been following the project since the beginning. I had to take a little bit of time off because I actually ran out of parts, believe it or not. I thought that I ordered enough of the copper plates to copper plate the hull of the ship model. When I started the project, I was told it was going to take about 400 copper plates. But I ran out after I used those 400, and as you can see, only about a third, maybe less than a third of the hull has been copper plated. So it took quite a while for the manufacturer to provide more of these copper plates. I showed this in an earlier video when I first started this project. I'll show these close up here in a second. These are copper plates that I got from Blue Jacket, as opposed to Model Expo, which is the other source for copper plates for hulls of ship models. These are incredibly detailed. They're super detailed, and they're really fine and thin. They're photo etched brass. And as I said, I'll show here in a second the close-up of all the rivets and so on. So that's why I chose these. However, after recommending them in the original video that I did when I started the project, I got to caution you, these are awfully expensive. And if it's going to take you as many as it's taking me on this ship model to copper hull your model, you better really make, they better be worth it to you, because it's going to cost me about $250 just for copper plating the hull. And as I first showed when I started this project, I've got this incredible book that details exactly how the ship hulls of ships around 1820 to about 1870 were copper plated. And in this one there's a comparison between the traditional kind of curved hull ships, the East Indiaman, and some of the warships that were being manufactured in the early 1800s compared to the sharp raked bow of a clipper ship. And there is a real distinct difference in how these are copper plated, with the copper plates being wrapped along the stem of the ship and the keel. So that's exactly what I've tried to replicate in doing. Here again we can see the false keel and the real keel of the ship and the copper plating over them. Now that's what I've done here on the Flying Cloud. This was actually the most laborious, and I'm sure the rest of it's going to be an awful lot easier. But copper plating the hull along here, you can see along the false keel and the keel. I actually like how these copper plates wrap around things because they're so thin. They tend to show every single undulation. You got to make sure that the hull is finished and really smooth before you start copper plating it with these copper plates. Now here's the difference. The copper plates that you'll see on some of my other ship models and the ones that are available from Model Expo look like this. They have the copper rivets around the outer perimeter of the copper plates, which is fine, and they certainly look authentic from a distance, but this is amazing, the difference. You can see the literally dozens of what are replicated rivets or holes from the nails that are used to put these in place, and as you can see, that's exactly how the book here depicts these copper plates that are being used on clipper ships in the era of the Flying Cloud. So put this there. Now while I was taking that time to complete, or for waiting for the parts, I completed the installation of the deck and working on the bulwarks and some of the stanchions to hold up the bulwarks. Also completed the aft handrail on the raised quarterdeck. This all taped up right now with this reflective green tape so you can't see it. And I don't want to post too much of this out of order. The idea behind doing these YouTube videos on this project was to show you exactly how the ship is constructed in order. So I'm not going to now delve into some of the details on how I built the channels and the chain plates and the deck of the ship or installing it. I'll cover that in a follow-up video. Right now I'm just going to finish up coppering the hull of the ship. This ought to take about a week and a half now that I've got these copper plates in. And then I'll post another video on exactly how to do the copper plating with some close-ups. Alright, so thanks for following along and thanks for your patience, folks. Let's, I hope to get this project completed in about another month and a half. Copper plating the hull of the Flying